notes, my dudes! We're back online! So some of you are going to be wondering, what the fuck happened? Very great question. I'll tell you what happened. I touched F7 like an idiot! Whoops! Oh noes! And I lost all my data that way. What was it, F5 or nope, nope. It was F7, there we go. Well, boop. Back here we go. So once again, full disclosure for those who are saying, "Don't cheat it, you got max money, what's that, Mick?" I'm 8th playthrough in, money goes up fast. That's a special mech you gain when you play the game at least 3 times once with every mech you give you. Alright, we done. Y'all done yelling at me? Good. Let's go. Now, I guess I should restore this game's volume. Would be a shame if I didn't. Let's go. Also, Savage, thanks a lot for sticking with me through thick and thin, because I know I'm making loads of mistakes. Also, would you look at this? General Cockbird, what can we do for you today? What's that? You want the world to suck on your cock while we do all the work for you? Well, I must say that sounds like something I sort of expected out of you.
He wasn't a very likable person in his own series either.
Did he care from Nadesco or from Leisner?
Tekkaman Blade.
He's from Tekken. Oh, one of my deepest wish was
basically leading Earth's defense, such as it is.
Well, he's running that to the ground already, so he's doing a great job. Yeah, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I don't like his job. I don't like what he's doing. All right, guys, he's cancer. You'll be going with me for a love rageous date, of course. Now, guys, please keep it PG. I wouldn't want. Although I don't mind some of that pixelated love. Be sure if you push it too far, the Twitch police came by.
You'll probably love one of the attacks in W from the sound of it.
What's that?
Oh, you'll probably like one of the combination attacks I have for the Tekkaman units in W then.
Is there the pressing of bodies against bodies implied?
Slightly.
Do tell.
Well, in this case, it would be specifically the combination attack between Blade and Aki.
I'm fine with this.
If the combination attack is lethal, then the dynamic finisher basically has them, you know, her falling in his arms.
Oh, how cute.
While the enemy explodes behind them.
And Blade gets all the fucking gore on his back and have to clean the suit later. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. You lazy whore! I had to get it off my chest. Come here, you. Alright, sorry about that. I had to take a few meds. Part of which are antidepressant because your little cockpit is now part of my show and part of Tekkaman Blade, a thing that I find horrible. Oh, would you look at that? Akito is back at slaving in the kitchen. Oh, actually, no, they're gonna say that would here. I almost found something that would have got me into trouble, I'm sure. Oh. Well then. Oh, I wonder who could that be? Evil!
Yeah.
There we go, it's Shidia.
Evil. Who needs enemies when you have family like him? Oh wait, he's both.
Well, to be fair, his brain was reduced to pus that is basically being slowly sipped by the Raiden.
Not quite, but close enough.
Well, they've been in better shape.
This is true.
I mean, I know that the Raidems I've seen before me are basically just husk from another world used by parasites.
So, yes.
Also, one thing I was seriously hoping for Tekkamon Blade 2 was that we basically would be seeing armies of Tekkamon going from world to world while the Raidems are just amassing massive force and use this as an excuse for complete unabashed violence. Never got my wish granted.
Perhaps if it had gotten a second season.
Did it not?
Well, Tekkaman Blade 2 is
Oh, right.
episodes.
Never mind it. Yup.
There is one or two movies linking the two series, but that's about it, I think.
Well, that's a shame. Well, you know, I really wanted to just show it to us expanded. Like, a whole sentient planet made of random is basically closing in because the first part of the random invasion failed. Duh.
Yeah, we don't really know much about the Radama, or however you're supposed to speak that name.
The French part of me wants to say it as Radam, but I'm pretty sure it's Radam. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Don't take my word as truth here. I am but a measly pleb that has never watched the show to begin with. But if that's fine with you, that's what I wanted to see. Something along the line of Gunbuster in a way. Because ever since you showed me that show, I'm like, holy shit, that would just be nice. The only difference is that you would...
Gunbuster was a nice series as well.
Just change some you can keep the scale somewhat similar, if you will. It's just that what you'd basically see would be oversized Tekkamon flying around with massive power up, just clashing with oversized bugs and like make it gory. Let's go. You've got the full excuse to just go completely ballistic because we're fighting humans. We're fighting space critters gone wrong. And then you could have played in politics because they're basically parasites, so our own side getting basic trading traders would have not been that surprising. Our own side trying to do stuff that should be... You can do so many things with a universe like that. What are we gonna do? Create more waifus. That sells. 6 episodes later. I was wrong! Fuck off. Missiles for you! Ready to burn some of the hatred I have. Goodbye. That beautiful, beautiful 10,000 crit. Let's go! Yes! Well, by the by, I finally saw the translation chapter with Dr. Hell's greatest creation in Mazinger Zero. I am hoping to see that one shown in Voyage. His whole island turns into a mech.
Well, the preview did show the early mate, the ones that got linked, did show indeed, well, Bardo's island looked more like a space fortress mech.
Yeah, well, it's Zero. It is his island can basically fly, so he took his island to space because he already had taken care of most of the world. Only Japan was left, so being able to just drop your mech from orbits right where you want is more efficient, right? Well, after Koji again. Oh yeah, spoiler alert! I'm gonna speak about Mazinger Zero, the manga. 3, 2, 1. You still here? You're fucked. Thank you. So, what basically happened? Don't choke on me, dude. Broken basically uses his body as a bomb, so only the head is left, and Dr. Hell thinks he's dead.
Oh, that's nothing new.
That's something new. I get the feeling that happened a bunch of times.
That's one of his main tricks.
Well then.
There's a whole horde of replacement bodies.
Fair enough, but Dr. Hell thinks Broken is dead. Because he never came back. And Ashura, basically, he was using a mech made with half the body was Japanium. Is that Japanium? Oh, the special cheesy material from Mazinger Z.
Which I believe literally means super alloy
Z. All right, I'll go with that. Super alloy Z. I recall saying Japanium at one point. So half the mech is made of that, and he basically taunts Koji by saying, "Oh, by the way, that half my mech comes from the mechs that your diseased friends used against us during the Mazinger War. See, they were completely trash after all." You know, just stuff to get Koji pumping, and he gets him pumping, all right. So, what it basically came down to in that fight, because they were very close, was Koji bear hogging Baron Ashura's mech, and then starting breast fire. Of course, because Baron Ashura's mech was only half Super Alloy Z, well, he melted first. And that's how Baron Ashura dies. It melted in his own mech. Then again, he was part of the mech at that point.
Yeah. Baron Ashura never had a nice life.
Nope. He always wanted the D from Daddy. Unfortunately, Daddy never gave him the D. But when I say Daddy, I mean Dr. Hell. It's even worse at times. You what, mates?
If I remember correctly, Baron Ashura's actually the remaining halves of two different persons.
That would explain the makeup.
That's no makeup.
That's no makeup. You're scaring the shit out of me. Well, that's just more point toward how gritty Mazinger Z would be if it would be to be redone with a proper budget nowadays.
Well, they did make a Mazinger version a few years ago.
Really?
Yes, Mazinger.
Guess I'd have to take a look at that, maybe. The latest one I've been introduced to for me was Zero, so.
Well, Mazinger would be the version that has gotten into the more recent Super Robot Wars games.
Fair enough.
Along with one inclusion of Mazin Kaiser's skull.
Which seems to be piloted by the other dude. I have to cut out my head, but I don't know the name at all.
No, Mazin Kaiser's skull is a separate timeline, shall we say.
Oh.
It's still a Mazin Kaiser, only it's a two-seater.
Oh, who's in the 2 seat? That's for your head?
A duo of, as far as I can tell, Grim Reapers.
Yo!
Every squad they get assigned to, they survive, the squad doesn't.
That seems to be
It's a 3-part OVA series, which is about, well, not that long of a watch.
Definitely could take a look then. They keep dodging me! Also, would you look at that? They now have proper defense because they're sitting in the building. Scumbags.
Yeah, terrain is one thing I started using very early. Figured out how it worked.
It does save your ass.
On a few maps, yes. And on some other maps, it meant I could spam my heavier attacks a lot more easily, considering I was standing on what was the equivalent of a power plant. 20 energy restore per turn, 20% per turn, is very nice to have.
Yep, definitely. One thing I did enjoy a lot way back then with terrain was water terrain against the Gundam X back in Alpha Gaiden. It sounds stupid, guys, but I was waiting for the hardest of ending. And this guy one-shots everybody! But Valkyries only have bullets and missiles, so when they're in the water, well...
They still take a penalty, but...
penalty and movement.
Weapons.
No, indeed. That was the only way I had to survive. And don't get me wrong, I would still get 3 shots, and this guy has a massive map attack. Which is his butterfly.
And... well... water being brilliant against energy weapons is something I learned in Judgment. On the receiving end.
Can you repeat the part when you said Judgment?
Yeah. Well, I first learned about beam weapons in the water.
Oh.
Well, they go together in Judgment.
Fair enough.
There was one map with the Archangel, with an entire horde of units in the water, lined up perfectly for a Lohengen blast.
Oh.
So, Valor. Or Hot Blood, or whatever it's called.
Valor.
Double damage, that's gonna vaporize a whole lot of them. 20 points of damage. What the hell?
Well, I can sort of see... Do you know what? I think
she would have been vaporized along the mech, but hey.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You were basically who would have cooked them alive.
Yeah. That's basically also how it went in Arpeggio. Big beam weapon attack. Yes, the ocean is making way for the blast.
Well, I'll take it. By the way, I have a question. No, go ahead.
It's a grav blast and not an energy beam, technically. But hey.
Alright, so I have a question for you, dude. Who do you think would win? Let's tussle Dirty and Gundam X against the Devil Gundam. Nanomachine fight, let's go.
I don't want to be anywhere near the solar system when that happens.
Oh, what's that? You two annihilated all civilization on Earth. Cute. Let me make a Death Star while I fart and just waste time twiddling my fingers. For fuck shit.
I'm not sure which would win, actually, if the Devil Gundam and the Turn A had an all-out fight like that.
Yeah. One thing for sure, the collateral.
Yeah, there wouldn't be much technology standing in at least Earth orbits.
I don't know what I'm doing. Twin colony far, far away.
Now, I think I would be hoping that the Turn A would win for one very simple reason. I don't recall the Turn A having a standard program for wipe out humanity.
You sure?
Granted, the Devil Gundam did have a somewhat of a point. We did wreck the environment bloody effectively.
Well, another thing about the Devil Gundam is that his original programming was not to genocide humanity, but to just slowly rebuild the environment.
Yeah, it was a failsafe. So from restore pollution and get rid of causes of pollution, but yeah, failsafes included don't wipe out human race. Yes, then it crashed landed and part of the programming got screwy. Lo and behold, the zombie army.
The zombie techno Viking Gundam army. Yes! We did both of this.
Something like that, yes. That reminds me a bit of one of the SD Gundam games on the DS, actually. Which indeed had a Devil Gundam cells applied to various other franchises as well. We had one stage where we had no less than 4 Devil Gundams to deal with. One of them was the official series one with Rain as the pilot. One of the others was RU CAIN.
Really? I love character.
Yes, the one from Seed. Mr. Let's wipe out humanity, shall we?
Well, yeah, I do agree. Also, on a split note, would you look at that, guys? More weirdos wanting to be given a great share of humanity's Earthlings' finest earthly justice. Let us indulge them, oblige them. Oh, take him and fight! General Cockpit, would you please cram it?
There was also one little sketch in that same DS game that I had not quite expected. It was a little scene when Domon first gets the God Gundam.
Wait, who? Oh.
Named the unit yet. So he was actually considering calling it the Burning Gundam, since it's basically the brother of his old Shining Gundam.
Fair enough.
Rain pretty much upfront says, no, you are not calling it that.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah, I hadn't expected a Japanese game to take a swing at an English dub for a series. Considering Burning Gundam is the name they gave the God Gundam in the US.
Yup. And we had a pretty good idea as to why they did so, because people's in religion.
Yeah. Which is also why the Devil Gundam is called the Dark Gundam instead.
They could have called it the Death Star Maker Gundam, would have made more sense for fuck shit.
Yeah.
He created a rock filled with dragon heads, guys. You think I'm you really think I'm blowing this out of proportion? He created a planet! That's how bored he was.
Which one?
The Dark Gundam.
Yeah.
No? Am I crazy? Does he not?
I'm not sure the Dark Gundam or Devil Gundam actually had what you would call a mind.
Oh, I'm not saying it has a mind. He has cancerous DG cells, though. I'll tell you that much.
No, yeah, it was certainly a pretty dark Gundam series on that point. Darker than a few of them, at least.
You know, I guess so many people would guess that the mix between Dragon Ball and Gundam would give birth to that.
Well, high-powered martial arts wasn't new.
Granted.
Though, indeed, one of the attacks on the God Gundam does resemble a Kamehameha to an extent.
Some degree. Alright. Now die, mortal! battle! So, shall we tear you apart piece by piece? I wanna make you bleed. Come on, show it to daddy! And thusly, the Jovian died. How do I take care of you? I like to fight defensive battles in these. Why move when they can just all come and crash against my walls of artillery?
It didn't help that the targeting in Judgment was still the AI choice of targets better, but it wasn't exactly optimal.
Nope.
It could be quite abused. It looked at what is the quickest thing I can kill. Check if it could actually hit them. I have had entire Zaft forces trying to take out a 0 chance of hit unit.
Well, how lovely is that?
I believe my counterattacks are a lot more accurate.
Your what?
My shots back at them, however, were a lot more accurate.
They better be. Alright, still not enough will, work in progress. Let's see, I have trust, no, break block, no, gain? No. No more trust, nope.
And that's one of the few things keeping me from using some attacks and some units at times a lot more often than I would have liked. The will requirement for some of the attacks.
Yeah. Though, to be fair,
It makes sense to put some sort of limiting factor on your nicest toys, but...
No, that's not what I meant. Actually, that's not what I meant. I actually find it very stupid. You're a mech fighting for the survival of your species against unspeakable odds. You shouldn't be limited in that regard, no. My problem... Well, no, the non-issue is that, for me, when I played... Wow, I can't speak for shit today. Man!
More sugar?
No. No time. It's in relation with the Moon Dwellers. I didn't really have that problem with the Moon Dweller, actually.
Fairly decent in that one.
That, and if you use certain characters, a good example for me would be Ratzel, the Feinschmecker. He has a skill called Galvanize, allowing you to give 10 will right there at the start to every single one of your teammates.
5, but yeah.
Well, use it twice. Boop, boop.
I know Galvanize. Yeah, that's nice. It is a twin command, so you also drain, I presume, Zanger.
Yeah.
Pretty much dry as well, but yeah.
To be fair, him and...
Those two hit even without spirits.
Yeah, they can survive without spirit as well, which is more than what I consider some of my other characters.
They are super robot type units, so they are quite doable.
That brings me to the question I have for you. Would you be happy, would you mind, if, in the recent game to come, the dual giant guardian would get wrecked, it would get totaled, and then you'd get an updated version based on Odin?
Like I posted in the Discord comment in Bow's channel on Discord, it would be somewhat fitting. I mean, in his original game, Alpha Caden, the faction that Zanger belonged to, the Ancestors, had a quite Norse theme going.
Well now.
I'm not quite sure about the exact specifics, but I recall that Trutgelmir, Bergelmir, and especially Aurgelmir are Norse related.
They do sound apart, I'll give you that much right now.
If I recall correctly, Aurgelmir was a blessed and cursed sword. Basically, it blessed everyone else, but cursed its wielder.
And that's why you could never get a dick wet with Vegas. But Transface cannon. Oh, this is delicious. Bullshit! What have I dodged?
Well, if I recall correctly, in Alpha Gaiden, it's more the fact that Sophia has, considering there's a good century or so at least between the start of the game and the time skip.
Yeah.
She basically got integrated with the computer system to a very safe-hearted.
She did. She also went down the deep end.
Yeah, merging with a machine tends to do wonders for a person's humanity.
Come, Hurtling! Battle with me! I see, nice move. It seems I can't underestimate you after all. What? Didn't finish the way I thought it would, but it ended. Captain, and you Earthling Captain!
Now you go all that, nice move, Earthling. I can see one character who will probably be getting along just fine with Zanger's Zonvolt when we get to the Alpha 3 plotline in depth. Baran Doban.
Baron Doban, you say?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's basically one of the generals on the Belmar side of things, and he would probably get along with Zanger just fine. Aside from the fact that Zanger can't hold his drink. I think Baran can.
Did not knew that Sanger was actually weak to alcohol.
Yeah. That actually gets mentioned in the Game Boy games.
Really?
I believe in one of the endings. Read the ending for the first one. And also in the second anime series. Or, well, no, I think the first one still. You indeed get you also get mentioned that Zanger can't hold his liquor.
If there was one character I always thought that would be impervious to liquor, would have been Sanger. Oh, would you look at that pretty boy RU CAIN?
Apparently has a very low tolerance for alcohol.
Who has?
Zanger.
Yeah.
I believe there is one scene, I'm not quite sure if it's canon game or manga only, but you know that little darling girl of an Irui? Well, she served him a drink once, not knowing that it was alcohol, and well, Zanger keels over pretty much.
No! Alright.
No, if there is one person with a cast iron stomach, it is probably Arado.
Yeah, I know, he survives the energy drinks of Milady. I forget the name.
Kazua.
Kazua, there we go.
Ask for the second one.
You see, modification can do wonders. Eiji! Eiji! Eiji!
Every ingredient in the thing.
Yep.
Which
Well,
I believe made most people who heard of this even less wanting to drink it.
but to be fair, it does work when looked at Lamia.
First it knocks you out, but when you finally come to your senses.
With a renewed vigor.
Yep.
Get back off, peasants! RU CAIN. I am the supreme commander of the Youth Attack Fleet, RU CAIN. Now please bow down on your knees, mortal, and suck it. This is always the feeling he gave me. Like, he doesn't give a damn.
Well, he sees the whole fact that the Blade is pretty much one of the only people who can really hunt down Tekka men on the opposing side. He just sees the guy as a weapon. A tool to be used. Those guys are the enemy. You're one of the best ways to get rid of them.
Well, what can I say? Oh, well. But can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear the last part because, once again, the game's audio was a bit overlapping with yours. Buddy, you're not enough.
Well, yes, quite the end justifies the means mentality in regard to that war against the Venomoids, which was what the dub called them.
The Venomoids. The fuck?
Yeah. I watched the English dub for Tekken Man Blade back then years ago.
Wow.
They actually aired it on fcked, can you believe it? Now, granted, the opening scene where that orbital space ring is using kill sets to wipe out populated cities, that got cut.
Of course. I didn't watch the Command Blade, so I can't really comment on it, but I did see the ring structure used quite a bit on many things. Now, I'm supposed to run at this point. Spoiler alert, I intend to murder every single one of those fucks on my way out.
Yeah, that's usually how I go through those maps as well. Especially if you don't give a time limit.
Yep.
There's usually nice loot to be had.
A few of these VMAX, you cut it out, then put the killing machine. The preservation of my record takes priority. Shut your trap!
Granted, most of the time I never actually use that loot I pick up, but hey.
And we have VMAX available on Lasner. Too bad Lasner is going back into the pit, never to be used.
It's a decent enough unit, but...
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Not gonna lie, it is. It's not what I use, but it is. So, with everybody packed on, and all my pilots available, Minato, I'm looking at you, Axel, we can go places. Deploy. Izumi. Actually, let's... Because I know those guys are very good at dodging, strike will be used. Deploy. Keto, Spirit. Focus. That'll do nicely. Lastly, Venus. Spirit, trust, right? Repair, yes. Done. Let's see how this goes. Unit down. Bag it down. The Asians are not moving awkwardly enough. Alright. Alright. Of course, you don't have strike and spirit anymore, derp. No cannon, yes!
Usually the enemy comes at you in waves.
Uh-huh.
Usually. That's not always the case. Which can be a good and a bad thing.
Engaging it is dangerous. That's why I have strike, maggot. Oh, nostalgic. Oh yeah, right. It's Shapiro. All right, guys, time to make Ben Shapiro jokes. Ah, this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know my I don't know my Denkuger mythos at all, but he seems troublesome enough.
Well, he was on the Earth army side, tries to defect to the enemies in pretty much the first episode, and stays around for a bit on the enemy side, where they don't really trust him either. Once a trader, always a trader, that idea.
Well, a trader can only be trusted by so much.
Well, he betrayed his own folk because it was convenient for him.
Because they what?
So well, he betrays Earth to go to the aliens.
Yup.
So basically the aliens are going, if he's willing to betray his own species just to get ahead, he won't think twice about doing the same to us if need be.
Yup. That's a good way to see the problem. Alright, now looking at those buffed units, I'm looking at you, Red Power. Let's dance. Oh, 51% chance to hit. I don't like those odds.
So I believe he's the only thing from the Dakuga plotline that's actually in Judgment.
Yep. Would you have chose a different enemy than him?
No. Well, he wasn't the only enemy, but...
Really?
Well, the rest is all the invading alien empire, so if you want to reduce the amount of content you have to include, then...
Fair enough.
Shapiro is pretty much it.
They don't have noteworthy general or anything like that? Really? Damn.
Well, there are some alien generals, but yeah, alien.
Nothing wrong with including aliens. I mean, we are technically gonna have...
Guns on them.
Yeah. Enemy force of creating will be able to break through. Oh, we're not just breaking through here, we're breaking through them!
What is your definition of a breakthrough, soldier? Wiping out everything the radar can find.
Indeed. We shall break their spirit, break their hardware, then we literally break them by charging at them with the ship. We'll see if their flesh and bone can sustain those 220 pounds of pure steel. Spoiler alert, it won't.
Or it shouldn't.
Yep. Also, speaking of alien, we'll be having the Gamilas Empire in, Voyage.
Yep.
Which apparently has been crashing multiple meteors on the planet's surface?
That's indeed basic... That's default Yamato plot right there. They've basically been systematically tossing asteroids at Earth. Which is why Earth looks more like, for example, Mars than it does, you'd think.
Yeesh. That is a pickle.
I mean, the trailer does sum it up rather nicely. Mankind has 1 year left. Which is also straight out of Yamato.
You? Alright, strike maggot, time to get in. Let's unbench the strikers. No, I don't reach it. Oh well. You know, I want to see those two battle it out. Let's go!
Come to think of it, I do hope I can catch Bao's reaction when he realizes that the original he's chosen might not actually be the route where he encounters cross-ang stuff first. I suspect that'll happen on the girls' route, but I'm not sure. He does like the series, I believe.
I never watched Cross House, but I love their designs already.
Well, the guy who worked on Cross-Ange did work on Seed and Seed Destiny before that, so yeah, there is indeed some overlap.
That's not with me.
also a episode where they shop for new equipment, and well, a good half of the hardware listed is either from Seed or Seed Destiny or some other Sunrise-related work.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Alright.
So far as to have a, you know, those crane games where you hover a
Yes.
claw to pick up stuff. They also have one of those, including plushies for Asura, Kira, and Lakers.
Come on.
And Harrow, and some other vague Gundam-ish work from Sunrise from the 90s or something that I don't recall the name.
Fair enough. Also, on that subject, fuck the record! Let's go, my ladies. Lay it the smack by railgun fire. Yo, that's a lot of HP.
Yeah, they're boss class. Recall correctly, at least.
I might finally have to upgrade my mech to a certain level.
I think that would be the Crown Prince or Emperor or something like that. Somebody fairly high up on the enemy side, at least.
RU CAIN, yeah, he's the high commander from the Division Force.
I wasn't sure what the exact rank was, but he was fairly high up.
He is, yep. Let's see here. We're gonna start skipping every battle for the sake of winging it. Tire, snipe, not exactly. Axle alert, guard trust. No, game break lock. Trust. They don't have strike! What a horrible battleship!
Now, to be fair, they were fairly plot accurate with the ship. Which means it keeps losing spirits instead of gaining.
Cheap shot, but I love it.
It's not a bad unit, all things considered.
Not especially no. Oof! Should I block that one? It appears all they love to brag. Fascinating. Don't think for a moment that you'll find my death at the... That I'll find my death at the hands of your kind. Oh, really? Well, I'll give you that. You guys got Koji pretty low. Would be a shame if he had to completely heal himself in one turn. Calvino, focus. Let's see. What do I go with? Do they have force fields? No, they don't have force fields. Calvino's not accurate enough and it's purging me. That's the last strike from this character. Smack RU CAIN for what it's worth. Alright, a whole side of the map has just collapsed. Lovely how Koji alone is murdering everybody.
Well, the Mazing Kaiser is supposed to be a power beyond God or devil, so yeah.
It's canon.
So technically that was already set for the original Mazinger. Might be Kaiser.
This guy dodging ability is purging me. Let's see.
Kind of wonder if the Great Emperor G thing is a bit of a tribute or nod back to how Mazing Kaiser started way back then.
Which was?
It's technically a Bam Presto original.
Oh. I'm cool with that.
Super Robot Wars F Final, which is the PlayStation 1 expanded version of 4, I think. Basically, considering Koji was having so much trouble keeping up with, I believe, Shingeta at that point already, well, the various other Super Robot series included at least, they effectively give Mazinger a Getter Race bath.
Really?
Which, considering Getter Rays are quite literally pure evolution itself. Well, hello Mazing Kaiser.
I'm cool with that. When in doubt, give it to pure evolution.
Although to be fair, the version of Mazing Kaiser for Alpha 1 wasn't bad either. But that Mazing Kaiser is the original Mazinger. The one you use in the game for the first part is the downgraded version because they couldn't control the other one.
Really? What's the other one?
The Mazing Kaiser. In Alpha 1, the Mazing Kaiser is the original. And Mazinger Z, the slightly reduced prototype successor.
Damn.
Yes, you can actually hear it howling in a few scenes back at Photon Labs.
Funny how that works.
That thing is semi-autonomous. And is actually pretty much chained up underneath that lab.
Damn! That sounds a lot like Zero, though. In a good way.
Yeah, Mazing Kaiser has always been an interesting and powerful piece of work.
He is. He rightfully is. That moment you meet a boss that you can't hit one, you can't hit the other, you know who's going first. Goodbye, Shapiro.
a bit of a walkthrough for, and the quote for one of the maps was, "You know you're going to be in for a fairly easy ride when, among the enemy forces, the battleship has the highest chance of dodging."
That's pitiful. How do you even?
On Khan on said battleship, but yes, little Miss Pink-haired Char, I'll kill you in her cupola, but yes, her. He wasn't in the cupola on that particular map. God.
You lost a cube blade? What?
That woman is a danger no matter what she pilots, by the way.
Duly noted.
Aman Khan from Double Zeta.
At first I heard you lost a cube blade. I was like, what? Oh.
So far managed to avoid.
They don't like my healers now, do they?
Well, they usually go for units they think they can kill, which is often the healer type because they tend to have lower HP overall.
Fair enough.
10. There were a few exceptions depending on the games.
Yup. I can't cite a few myself. Well, cannon.
Tetrogen is fairly durable for a repair unit. It's varies on the blue earth also.
Fair enough. Oh man, I have to abuse the scan to go places.
Yeah, that 10% accuracy boost is very helpful.
It's the only thing salvaging this. Holy shit, it's low.
That will be potential kicking in, I think.
Well, that's why it's low. Could use this guy.
Basically, when the hit points drop, potential starts kicking in, and which gives, among other things, an evasion boost.
Yes! Another one down! Focus, yes. I do believe faithfully heals somebody. Real cannon. Fuck, missed it. Missed it again. That's a Katsuki, that's Izumi. Nailed it! The amount of fuckhead left is greatly going down.
My own favorite trick with that particular group of enemies whenever I have to deal with it.
Personal rage.
Together, get them low enough in health, and then map attack them with another Seeker.
1% chance to hit with my protagonist. What is wrong with you people? Oh my god, I'm gonna have to rely on Sayaka. Venus Missile. And here goes a healer.
I still find it hilarious that in, I believe, Super Overlord R, you get a combination attack between her and the female support for Great.
Great Mazinger?
Yeah. He also had a female sidekick with a similar mech.
Damn.
Including that particular part of the armament.
Come on! No! What's happening? They're gonna intertwine it. We're gonna have spiraling tits. Is that what's coming our way?
No, I don't believe it was that well animated. This is one of the earlier releases on the Game Boy Advance still. But still, 4 missiles slamming into an enemy is usually times. Though to be fair, I usually keep most of the repair and resupply units at home. Or on the bench rather. I tend to deploy 1 or 2, but you kinda need the firepower.
Fair enough. And Koji can no longer use strike. Focus. Focus. Oh, we're gonna use focus here. Focus. Riri. Scan. Actually, I just discovered one thing you could do. Spirit, Unica, Daunt. Whoops. Want to use Talia twice, though? Actually, Spirit, Noel, Valor. Let's make it count. Yo, it's connected. 0%, 0%. What? No. God damn it. God damn it. Why do you even... Fools! You cannot even those kinds of skill. Indeed. Go back to the kitchen, woman. Blast break, snipe guard. Frig me, this is gonna take forever just to kill this guy. There we go, we're finally going places. Strike. Valor. And we got it? No, so close though. Yo, he's about dead. Rory. That was without scan. Whoops. Not what I wanted to scan. I guess still scan, that's true. Holy shit. I'm out of juice. And Noel takes the cake, but before he does takes the cake, let's give him plenty of cake. No. Let's see. There we go, game. Not what I wanted. Strike. Alright, well, laser cannon, goodbye! Hail to the king! Yes! That was astonishingly fun. I see now the reason why the Jovians have already won. Still, if they think they can repel us aggressors and we only hit that much first, then we would have paid. Oh, please, dude. I'm gonna put you into the same fucking coffer where I'm stuck in cockbed when he's not in play. We'll see how you two get along. Fuck me. Well, that was painful, but we got it. Oh, man. I'm just gonna feel good when he discovers that the moon he so proudly took over is then gonna be cleansed by the fury. Ain't no freeloader allowed, you twats! Get out of here! Hey Joe, you alright? Yeah, I'm just constipated a bit, that's why I'll always have the same fucking face. Or is it the rigor mortis setting in because he actually has too much brain damage by using his mech way too fast? When they get their final story. Yo! Grats on that, Hikaru! Yep, they got wiped out. The base is gone. Impossible. Well, the whole fleet sort of landed. Return to the first at once. It's an... And then what? We only barely escaped from their fleet, General. If you want to kill yourself that badly, keep that nose to yourself. How did that happen? I'll tell you how. You're an incompetent fuckwit. Man, this guy. So who's this Ben Shapiro person? He's actually a great debater and a great member of the right. But I digress. Now we're just delving into politics and I don't want to do that. The anti-Sora wanted to crash the party. So Hikaru, I don't know, think about this. Anti-spirals are basically the inverse of evolution, which is what the Getter Rays are, so expecting Getter Robo to be the greatest of evolution. Were the Getter Robo in open conflicts against the entire Spiral? You can answer that one if you want, Ravage. To summon you.
I'm not sure, actually. I do recall the anti-spiral dialogue mentioning both Getter and Gurren Lagann with the whole potential threats and whatnot thing it was going on about.
It only had focus on the Gurren Lagann, really?
Partially. I mean, they're both, well, evolution or whatnot.
Yeah, they are.
Potential and such, which the anti-spiral didn't really want to get too far ahead of stuff.
Those guys are basically hashtag no for the loud.
Somewhat. Although it wasn't a completely mean entity for a bit. If I recall that space-time prison or labyrinth he traps the whole crew in, the illusions or whatever it gives some of the pilots isn't that mean.
Well, most of them were world where they wanted to live. That's where they would get out of the labyrinth.
An optimal, basically a perfect daydream, what he was trying to give some of them. I mean, the kid from Tetsujin, well, basically his parents never died, etc. Whereas Kira Yamato and Shin Asuka were back at each other's throats, trying to kill each other.
Ah.
So for a few persons, he wasn't exactly as considerate.
Why would you do that now? I wonder. You wanted to crush Kira pacifism? Is that... Well, I say pacifism loosely here. Well, that's it, boys. I'll be seeing you guys in the next stream. Give me 5 minutes or so. That one took an hour, though. I'm not surprised. Maybe I should have just escaped from RU CAIN. I honestly thought I would be getting some special parts. Well, still, meet you guys later for part 23? No, that was it. Meet you guys later for part 24. We're going to 25 at the very least. Later, dudes. Now, where did I put you?